Well, good morning, Newcastle, and a very pleasant welcome to, the 6th of August. And this is the morning show coming at you live and proud. There we go. As I want to eliminate that double talk. And, there's a lot of switches that need switched as you go through this. And get down and happen on through. And I'm just about there. So, there. Got it all done, and we'll share this to as the mouse went by, and we'll pick it up. Kind of hate when that does that. And here comes my son with my coffee. And thank you, as I'll put it right down there. And we're sharing. And with the morning show and everything going along, hopefully you're having a great day. And we're going to talk about a lot of things happening right here in Newcastle. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about a piece we're doing called etiquette. And so we'll have all our normal stuff and be coming at you. So get ready, because the train is on the tracks and the morning show is straight ahead for... Now I got those buttons pressed. Train's on the tracks and the morning show is straight ahead for you.
NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train.
Dot did it did dot did it did it dot did it did dot did it did dot did it did dot did it did dot did it. Baby, come home to me. Did dot did it dot. I saw my baby.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Come to Big Polly's Sports Bar in Newcastle.
The place is spacious with all the seating you'll need and a huge menu that features wings, pizza, sandwiches, burgers, and fries.
Big Polly's
Is just right to watch the game. There's plenty of parking too.
Big Polly's Sports Bar
In Newcastle.
Hello, friends. Pinella Brothers, 1701 Hamilton Street, provided funding for this program. Great food and drink, Pinella Brothers. And welcome back, and good to have you here on the morning show, and hopefully you have that fresh cup of coffee, and I know I do. I had the iced tea earlier, but it just didn't give me the oomph I needed. I was a little slow this morning with the button during the weather. So I do apologize for that. And really what you're supposed to do is have somebody producing on that side, and then one person on this side. Somebody comes back at you and goes like that. We do it a little bit different here. So that creates sometimes a little bit of a problem. Let's get to the mailbag, and it's full. Janet Rose. Okay. Denise DiProspero Janaki. As we continue down, Chris Curtis. Thank you, Chris, for following. Rose Zarilla Janista. Johnny Lee. Okay. Josh Lamacusa. Okay. John Bertolino, and always a pleasure. Rose Zarilla. Jamie Holmes, and Mike Foray. As we continue down, Vanessa Rubis Cusatrone, and I'm being very careful, Katie McGrath. I want to thank you for following NCTV45. Okay, Faye Peterson. Okay, Lori Dominic. And Trish Kildew. And I wonder if that's from Copper and Kildew. They used to have a lumber yard. Aaron Rakovich, and we're almost down to the end. And Aaron, thanks for that email. Ed Urin, always there. Danny Jacobs, and Scott Hoon for joining the NCTV45 family. And always a pleasure. And let me get that out of there. Now, birthdays. Here you go. Dave Gettings, Justin Graham, Caleb Kerr, Pete Sinceri. He's from the news. Good to see he's watching. Anna Alfred and Kayla Pakovich, Anita Perlotti, Lauren Angelelli. Thanks for being part of the NCTV45 family. And always a pleasure to have you around. And let's talk a little bit about the St. Vitus Festival. Well, excuse me. It's going to take a while, the Holy Spirit Festival. And you know, I'm going to bring up a couple subjects this morning before we get to the history and everything. I'm watching something unfold, okay? And it's really quite unbelievable. Okay, here's what it is. Now, there's this big discussion on Home Rule Charter. And I'm going to call out a couple people. Now, elections are elections. The winner has a huge responsibility, and that is to govern for all the people. We've always had our differences as a country, okay, during an election. And after it was over, we all came together that this is the way we're going to do it. Well, here in Newcastle, what I'm sensing is some abrasiveness to the last results. Okay, I've sensed it from a very good friend who I've been very neutral in the whole thing, but I haven't heard from him in weeks. Yeah, now I'm talking a good 4 or 5 weeks. That's one. Number two, there's a group. I've placed a call 3 times. Now, business etiquette says that when you call somebody, hey, I'm the first to understand. You say there's sometimes you can't get back that day. And unless you have a secretary or some administrative assistant taking notes, you can't get back there. I get that. But 3 weeks, no return phone call, I don't get that. So I have to assume that there's something wrong. Okay, we'll try reaching out again this afternoon. Now, let's be honest with this home rule thing. Right now, it seems like people are positioning themselves because of an impending election going on in November, and they might not like the results. So they're using it to bypass what may be the results. Really don't think that's a good idea. Okay, you've gotten yourself in a bunch of trouble with how this thing came about. And unless there's a little unity, it's going to be very ugly. Folks, if you can't take it and it's too hot, get out of the kitchen. Now, I didn't say go back to where you came from. But I wonder when Harry Truman said that, if he would have been called all sorts of names. Listen, Ben Franklin said, you either hang together or hang separately. I haven't seen either side in any of the things that need to be accomplished in these upcoming years be willing to say, hey, here's the olive branch, let's work together. You know, there's a lot of things happening here. Please, there's church consolidation, which, hey, I'm glad I don't have that headache. There's a city that's in Act 47. There's declining enrollment in all the schools. Now, with all that, and that's a lot of heap of serious bad stuff, we still have a lot of people that I think are friendly, good-hearted people. So my only point is, and I didn't want to editorialize on this, but why not show it? Why not reach out to somebody that you might not have reached out to 10, 20 years ago and say, hey, you know what? Let's see if we can make this work. What are some of the things you did? Here's some of the things I did. Can we work it in together? Now, I'm just saying, keep that in mind as we go to sports. And yeah, the Pirates lost again. Okay, so we got a few weeks till football, and that's where my mind and my heart basically is. Now, we've got days till the Holy Spirit Festival. And if you don't buy your tickets with that little discount they're giving you, you're nuts. They have a nice little discount. You get your tickets, and then you get fantastic food. And I've always said, here's the thing about Anytime on Your Time, NCTV 45. If you go back and you look at some of our older Focus NCs, okay, what you'll find out is that some of the stuff we called. I've been saying hang together or hang separately. I've been saying there's no diversity on these boards. You go to a board and it's almost like there's a meeting before the meeting. Folks, you need some fresh new ideas. That doesn't mean you can't hold on to your traditions. I think there's room for both. And hopefully some other people do too. Let's go to the Cedar Sports Corner, see where the Pirates are playing today. We'll be right back.
Cedar's Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle, 724. The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side.
Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania features many amenities, lush fairways, and great greens, and many challenging shots. Your crowd will applaud. A short drive from Butler, Sharon, Pittsburgh, Elwood, and Youngstown. It's Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. Let's get to Tuesday. Milwaukee, they're visiting Pittsburgh. They need a couple wins. Why not? And the Pirates, they could be changing their shirts. Rather than say Pirates, it's going to say welcome, because everybody that comes in leaves happy. Anyways, let's get to Cleveland. They're taking on Texas up there on the reservation. Elsewhere, the White Sox at Detroit. The Yankees are at Baltimore. And I love how they do this, because the White Sox got a doubleheader with the Tigers. So just know that. Kansas City's at Boston. Miami's at the Mets. Toronto at Tampa Bay. Your later games, St. Louis at the Dodgers. And San Diego at Seattle. That was the Cedar Sports Corner Report.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. Your family and friends will be pleased if you suggest dining at Mary's Middle Eastern Restaurant in Newcastle. Lamb and chicken dishes, stuffed grape leaves, tabbouleh, hummus, kibbe, and so much more from their huge menu. When you're looking for something different for your dining experience, then Mary's is the answer. Many of their customers come in from nearby counties. Mary's Middle Eastern Restaurant, located on Long Avenue in Newcastle. Call 724-652-2447.
It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them NCTV45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program.
Well, we're back, and it is time for, yeah, you got it, this day in history. And as I get and cue it up, and I've become quite the multitasker here. This day in history, 1945. August 6th. Well, American bombers dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Becomes the first and only nation to use atomic weaponry during wartime when it drops an atomic bomb on Japanese Hiroshima. Approximately 80,000 people were killed as a direct result of the blast. Another 35,000 injured, and another 60,000 would be dead at the end of the year from the fallout. So that giving you an idea what happened this date in history. Now here you go with the word of the day, and excuse me, and it looks like it's going to be totem. Totem. An object such as an animal or plant serving as an emblematic of a family, clan, or and often as a reminder of its ancestry, usually carved or painted as a representation of such an object. Something that can, a family or a clan. That's interesting. Now, August, and I don't know why I keep having trouble thinking this is August holidays, and we're going to take a look at August 6th, okay, National Root Beer Float Day. So have yourself a root beer float. And, you know, when I think of root beer, I think of one thing. Okay, and I'm sorry, but do you remember the Paul's Pop root beer that you used to get in the little bottles? Now, that's going back some, but you used to get a little bottle of Paul's Pop. When I'd get a little, I'd go to the football game on Friday night and then walk up the hill on Duchesne Street. And I would have an Augustine's Pizza there waiting for me and a bottle of Paul's Pop. Okay, root beer. And I thought that was like the best taste you could have together. And at that time, if you watch Cooking and Castle, they used scamorza, Paul's Pop, and an Augustine's pizza with scamorza cheese. Absolutely unbelievable. And you might want to try that. Go to Arlington Market. And when you go to Arlington Market, tell them NCTV45, Angelo Parada sent you. And get some scamorza cheese and an Augustine's pizza. And enjoy. Now, here you go with weather. And if you don't think it's humid, let me be the first to tell you we're getting up to 86 humid degrees today, and right now, nothing. Okay? That doesn't mean there's not going to be something. Because as you go through the day, they've updated, and there's a chance, the chance of precip is going to be bad. 74 degrees in Newcastle, 79% humidity. So now let's go to Lawrence County 45 weather and check out that Lawrence County 45 weather forecast. We'll be right back.
A special thank you to Tuscany Square Restaurant, Wilmington and Mitchell Roads, for providing funding for this program.
Hello and welcome once again to Lawrence County 45 weather. Well, after last night's scattered showers and partly cloudy low of 64, how is your Tuesday looking? Well, when you look at local radar, pretty clear, and that's like a bit deceiving, but as you look at the national scene, what you'll find is a little bit of cloud cover off to the north and west. You can't really see it here as it shows up, but precipitation will build in, and that could cause us some problems. So as your Tuesday goes along, yes, sunny to start the day, high 86. Now, as you go through the day, the chance of rain increases all the way up to 50% in the night. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, 65. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and 81. Now, there is a 60% chance of the wet stuff, the rain. And Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, 64. Chance remains at 60%. Now that you're done with that stuff, out comes the sunshine. Thursday, sunny, 83. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, 61. Friday, sunshine, 78. Friday night, partly cloudy, 56. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 78. Saturday night, partly cloudy and 55, and sunny on Sunday with a high near 80. Now that was Lawrence County.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. Nico & Sons Sales and Service, 347 East Washington Street, Newcastle, has lawnmowers of every type. Zero-turn country clippers, made in the USA, 42-inch to 54-inch cut, Batteries by Oregon. They'll service at your home or their shop. Service specials start as low as $69. Call Jim Micko and Sons, 724-652-6911. Take a step back into time at Lombardo's Apothecary at 1230 South Mill Street. Will take you back in time. Take you back in time to make you feel better. They have cards, snacks, all kind of toiletries and health and beauty aids that will make you feel great. They also have prescriptions too. It's Lombardo's Apothecary. Call 724-654-8100. The Pokeberry Exchange at 41 North Mercer Street has gifts galore that'll make you want to explore. Lamps, homemade lamps of every shape and color that will excite any room in your house. Wind chimes hang from the door to give that sweet sound. Sweet soaps and teas, embroidered towels, and much more. It's the Pokeberry Exchange. It's yours to explore. If you're having a party, then Keystone Specialty is the place you need to go. Yes, they have every party supply that you can imagine. Planning that wedding, that graduation, or maybe it's just that big game that's coming up, go to Keystone Specialty. Party supplies, and so much more. Remember, they have those fall decorations, winter, spring, and summer. It's Keystone Specialty on the south side of Newcastle, Mill Street.
Well, we're back, and now some helpful hints. Do you ever have a stuck drawer? Especially maybe now when the humidity's there and it's stuck. Well, if you've been fussing with a stuffed drawer that won't open, you probably expanded due to humidity. Look at this. I didn't even look at this and I knew. Dry it out with a hair dryer or place a work lamp with a 60-watt bulb for 30 minutes. Okay, once you get the drawer out, rub the runners with anything where it seems to have been stuck with a bar soap candle. This should grease it up so that it can move back and forth again. So there you go. Now, how to be your wife's best friend. Okay, and you know, if you're like me, let me tell you a story. Last night, okay, I picked my son up from football. Now, Ange, how'd football go? All good accolades. Okay. Looks bright as son of a gun. Grabs a shower. We're heading to, yeah, you got it, Los Amigos. And his buddies are there, so they're going to get and eat and everything like that. And so I do, and he's talking with his friends, and he's having one heck of a good time. We get in the car, we're on the way home, phone rings. Ange, how you doing? It's his mother. Oh, I'm so this, I'm so, what time did you get done? 7:30. Now, it was 8 o'clock when he called me. So I got in trouble for not calling her. That's why How to Be Your Wife's Best Friend is a book, because you never know when the kid's going to run you under the bus. I'm just saying, it happens all the time. And you know what? It's either going to be tracks, or it's going to say welcome here, or stop and pay the toll as you go. Okay, but I get it all the time. So, here you go. Buy her a subscription to her favorite magazine. And you know, I think that's really good. Because you know, and let me say this, you need all forms of media, and I'm going to talk about this again on Focus NC. Some of the things I feel like I'm doing over and over and over and over again. I'm going to talk about this again on Focus NC because you got to be a well-rounded person. On the news this morning, 62% of the kids dropped out for playing sports. You think? Listen, I'm the first one to tell you, I love going to a Friday night football game. And I love watching my beloved Duquesne Dukes, Notre Dame Fighting Irish play on a Saturday. Went out to Westminster, had an enjoyable time last year watching the Titans take on Case Western Reserve. But, Manoj, you do not want to have it every second of your day, so you can't experience anything else. Maybe experience going to church, some fellowship after church, whether it's donuts and coffee, or I don't know, maybe they have a sweetheart dance scheduled, or a dinner. You got to be well-rounded. Then we're wondering why we have the problems we have today. Nobody's socializing, and they're playing video games that show people shooting guns. Oh, that works. You know? Unbelievable. Hey, we're going to take this break. We're going to come right back with a wrap-up after this.
Folks, Angelo Parada for Ferrone Brothers. Wow, you have to try their food. Great Italian food, and on the south side on Mill Street, Ferrone Brothers for pepperoni rolls, pizza, any Italian dish that you can imagine. Okay, and a whole lot more. It's Ferrone Brothers. Stop by, they have those daily specials, and they look forward to seeing you. Tell them NCTV45 sent you.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
Well, that's going to do it for us here. And before we go, and you know, again, this morning on good old Newswatch Morning, my little ditty didn't play. Now, I sometimes when you pick your little ditty, it doesn't make it out of the starting box. So I want to encourage everybody to do something in Lawrence County. Have a good time doing it. And let's make this a Lawrence County month. There's the fair, there's Holy Spirit Festival, a lot of great restaurants, concerts. Try and do it, folks. Football games at the end of the month. NCTV45 available anytime on your time. So that's why you should tell a friend. Tell them, hey, it's a Lawrence County month. And when they get that, they'll be really excited because tell them we'll go on the ice cream trail. Tuscany. Gelateria. Right beside the high school. Okay? Ferrone Brothers. Great ice cream. Now, as you go through this day, make sure that you get that second cup of coffee. And have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you again real soon.